What's going on, everyone? Proto here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time. Today we're here playing some Minecraft. Got the update going for the wall. After the last video, we gathered enough resources to tidy up the second tower. So it's looking pretty good and done. Um, I may add like a black stone decal coming down the sides of these areas and kind of make this look a little bit different. Um, in the future probably. I'm thinking about it, like maybe we'll have like an overhang here or something. Um, but as far as the structure itself goes, it's basically done here. We've got the stairwell going up just like the other one. This one is a little offset from where the other tower exits, like over here, just because of the different height level where the tower starts on both sides. It's a little bit different. We've got our overstock right here for continuing on. We've got our light. We got our roofs in. So we're looking pretty good there. Got that all wrapped up. Um, and we do have a few things I want to get going. A couple different things that we do need to farm. Um, so I think I want to head over to our tree farm and kind of farm some oak up. So that we have some more materials for certain builds that I want to get through and get done. So give me just a moment and I'll meet you guys over there. Alright, here we are over at our tree farm, and we're going to just start getting to work here. We have a lot of wood that I want to collect up for the next couple projects that we're going to finish up. I really want to get the inside of the ship done so I can finally show you guys the whole extent of it, and also farm up wood that we're going to need back at the city so we can really make our houses look nice, put a lot of good details into them, and just make the house builds bigger than the normal villager builds are to begin with. So that's kind of the plan. I'm going to do a fast farm. So as you can see right now, apart from this that we don't need, and I have a bunch of copper on that we don't really need, but we've got all this stuff on us. We are starting right now with 5 oak logs. We're going to have a goal to basically fill the inventory. I'm probably going to go empty some of this out real quick, because I didn't realize that while I was rowing over here. And then I'll bring you guys right back into the video. Um, kind of like we'll do a cut here, but I just wanted to show you guys where we're at and where we're going to end so that we can go and do stuff together. So I'll see you guys in a flash, and we're back. As you guys can see, I've collected up quite a bit of wood, a good amount of stacks here so we can continue building things that we need wood for. I also refilled my inventory with some of the stuff that was put in the lighthouse that we are definitely going to want to take with us back to the city. So we've got, a couple stone brick stacks here. We don't want to forget our blaze rod. We found some gravel that we're going to need for our roads. So yeah, and we've got a lot of oak saplings here. I'm thinking about actually relocating, um, not really relocating, like this is gonna stay here, but I'm thinking about building another area for a tree farm over closer to our city, just so we don't have to keep coming back here. But the thing that I really want to do is finish up the inside of the ship so that you guys can finally see the finished product on the inside. So I'm going to row over there. I'm going to build the rest of the interior out, kind of just get some things set up. And then I'll be able to finally show you guys the completed inner design of the ship. As you can see, I know this wasn't in the last video that was posted on the outside of the ship, I don't think, but we added a crow's nest up at the top. So that's kind of a recent addition to the outside. Um, so I'm going to go finish the inside of the ship so I can finally show you what my plans were for it. and then we can head back to the city and start building our city up with some more buildings and all that great stuff. So give me just a moment and I can finally show you the finished ship. Alright guys, here we are. As you can see behind me, we've got the boat in full. It's taken me a long time to figure out exactly how I wanted to arrange things in the boat, what I wanted to put inside, but I think I've come up with some pretty cool ideas, and I really do like the way that this has turned out. As you can see behind us, if you're looking carefully, we have a new structure on the boat. We actually got two of them, but let me take you up on the deck, and I'll start going over exactly what we've added to the ship. All right, we're here on deck. I kind of envisioned this ship itself to be more like a merchant ship, so let's get that explanation out of the way. But let's go over exactly what I've done with this whole entire thing. So over here we have like rowboat stations on both sides. Um, as a merchant ship, you would need some sort of way to like, lift, cargo on and off the ship. So it's kind of like a double kind of idea where you can, store rowboats, and also use these devices to like lift, your cargo. You've got your cargo bay here, um, and we'll get down there eventually. Um, but we have also, put barrels, and we kind of made it look like they've been tied down with these rail carts. Um, just more of it making it look like they've been secured to the ship so they're not rolling around and whatever. Um, but yeah, we've got like barrels all over the place, up in the front here. We've got our lanterns scattered up across the railing, just so that the ship is lit during the night so things aren't spawning as much. Um, Let me take you up to the crow's nest because you guys haven't been up there yet. So this thing goes pretty high, and I wanted it that way for a multitude of reasons. Um, Obviously, the sail, when we were doing the sail, we needed a lot of space for, but I took it up a little bit higher for this crow's nest. Um, we actually are taller than the lighthouse, which is kind of insane, but this thing has a great view up here, and I know if I were to ever like live in the times where they had these like giant wooden boats and they needed crow's nests and all that stuff, I would want to be the guy up in the crow's nest. Like you would just always have the best view. But you're like, look at that. That looks so good. You just see for like ever up here. But anyway, obviously we got a lantern up here, but let's get going back down and I'll show you some more of what's going on uh, the next deck down. Um, we'll save the captain's cabin for last, I think. I know you guys kind of got a little bit of a sneak peek before, but we'll get back in there. So as we come down to the deck, we've got the living quarters for any of the ship hands. Um, I kind of made it look like these were like hammocks to the best of my ability because that's usually something that they would have on these ships back then. They would typically have hammocks, um, just because beds kind of would not be the greatest thing. Um, as the boat rocks back and forth, you're kind of just already kind of swaying a little bit, so you probably wouldn't actually feel the tilt of the boat, I would assume. We've got windows on both sides, just four. I was, debating like if this wasn't a merchant ship, we could put like cannons, things that would look like cannons, but I didn't end up going down that route, obviously. I thought more that this would be more like a merchant ship. Back here, we've got some like back storage. We could like find some treasure and some loot. We've actually got some stuff that we should be taking back to the city that we're building. Um, But yeah, like got some stuff back here. Um, Now obviously these chests aren't going to be filled with anything right now. Maybe in the future we can fill these up with things like actually up on deck I've got one of the barrels I'm starting to fill with like copper ingots because why not? It's not something that we use and I thought it would be kind of cool. But yeah, I really like the way this room turned out, especially the way the hammocks turned out was just I think really cool. And then as we go into this room, we've actually got the cargo hold itself where we've got chickens as one of our main cargoes. Oh, you little whatever. We'll get him back in the pen eventually. Let's try to see if we can add to this little collection. Oh, look at that first shot. Any more? Okay, that's another one. Any more? One more? No, no. Well, how about now? No. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Oh, come on. All right. Well, I don't really feel like putting them back in, so we're just gonna take them. But yeah, obviously in here, more barrels. Again, making it look like they've been tied down and secured so they're not rolling around in the ship. I really thought this turned out pretty cool the way that this looks. I really enjoy it. We got some lighting um, in here. It probably could use maybe more light right here in the middle, but maybe I'll worry about that later. Like maybe I'll hang something right here or something. But I really do like the way this whole thing in here turned out. But let's move on down to the next deck, the bottom deck or whatever you want to call it, the bottom of the ship. And this is what took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do. But in this first section, I ended up making some animal pins that we'll eventually maybe put something in here. But I had a wandering trader visit me on the ship. He actually got stuck up in the sail, but one of his llama or alpaca or whatever this thing is was on the deck, and I ended up taming it because I thought it would be really cool to have in addition to the ship. So then I corralled it in here, gave it some hay, um, and I really like this like as little like animal pen. Um, so I thought that was pretty cool. This room took me the longest to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with, but I ended up making it just like a ship storage, like not the cargo that would be getting like traded, but like, you know, stuff that there obviously there's nothing in these things, but I'm thinking like food, supplies, and stuff that the ship would need for its long voyages. So I kind of put this down here in this room and just filled it with a lot of chests and barrels. And then over here, every good ship, it's got to have a brig, man. For anybody that's causing trouble and needs a timeout and just cool their heads off, or, if for some dumb reason they're taking on prisoners for something or whatever, somebody's causing trouble, they need to be put in jail. I need to remove that torch and maybe put in like another lantern. What the heck was that? That was weird. Um, but yeah, this is kind of like the guard station right here. Open and close the door. Um, I was gonna put a bed over here eventually that like maybe the guard would sleep, or maybe there would be like two guards or one would sleep while one was on duty and then they would switch on and off. And then over here we've actually got an in-boat garden. So right now we're growing some beetroots because that's what we had on hand. Um, Looks like we can harvest some of these up right now. But I thought this was a pretty cool idea that that way, if they're growing their own food, they wouldn't have to worry too much about being out at sea and whatever. They always have food on hand. Um, but that's basically it for the bottom of the boat and all that fun stuff. I mean, look, I just really like the way this room turned out, especially like you got the little stairs going up, you can access all this stuff, come back down. I mean, it just looks really nice in my opinion. Um, Well, I'm going to take us back up to the captain's quarters for the final reveal of the ship. So I will see you guys up there. And here we are in the captain's quarters. So let's get right into it. Not much has changed since the sneak peek that I did a reveal in an episode a while ago. I forget what we were doing in the episode, but here we've got the crew's dining table where everybody comes and eats. You got the kitchen area, which I might hang a light over here. I mean, this light's kind of close, but this corner seems a little dark to me. But anyway, we got our little furnace here, like our smoker, our normal furnace. I made it look like, the smokestack is actually going out somewhere, and it was built into the ship. I think this area looks actually really cool. Very simplistic, but it works. Obviously, we've got the captain's chair in here and his little workbench desk. He's got his lantern. He's got his little crafting zone or whatever. It's more just I'm not viewing it so much as a workbench crafting table or anything like that. It's more like he's got some sort of thing sprawled out here, like maybe it's like a map or something. I mean, you got the map over here on the cartographer table here, but like this just works. It really looks nice all put together like this. I really do enjoy how that turned out. Over here, we've got some barrels, but more importantly, we've got a jukebox that unfortunately we don't have any discs for the record player. The list looks so good as a record player. I really do enjoy the texture pack and what it's done there. Obviously, we have our back glass view. Really enjoy that. And here we have the captain's sleeping quarters. He's got a little desk and chairs, light here, double wide bed, light here, and then his own personal chest that I've just got some random stuff in that was being placeholding when I needed stuff. And as you can see in our inventory, the wood that we used, like we had a lot more wood when we started. This is what I have left from all the stuff that I had to build with and all that. So before we go, or before I go back to the city, I'm gonna have to do a lot more wood farming, but that's for another time. Um, but yeah, that is the captain's quarters itself, and then obviously the only real change, apart from the lanterns really lighting up the deck at night. Unfortunately, we don't have anything up there, and there was a skeleton up there a little bit earlier, but up here, obviously, we still have the wheel. I added some stumps like this and put some lanterns up here to get some light more towards the front of this. And then over here, I had the chimney stack from the furnace and the smoker coming out just to give it the complete effect and look. Like, obviously, the smoke's got to go somewhere. So I thought that looks, like a fairly reasonable thing to have. I really like it. I really enjoy it. But yeah, that is the ship in full. I'm gonna try to give you guys a panoramic scene to the best of my ability. I'm not using like the Minecraft what is it? It's like the theater mode or anything like that. I maybe in the future I'll look into that and I probably should use it. But I'm gonna try to give you guys a good panoramic view of the ship as it is now as we close out this video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And that is going to be the ship and its final completion. Apart from me using this place as a giant storage facility for whatever we may need to store over here in abundance, that, materials that we might want to move over to this location as we might explore more out this way and build other things that are out this way eventually in the future. We'll at least have stuff over this way that we can get to quickly if that will ever be the case, which I have a pretty good feeling that we'll be doing something else over in this general area at some point. So being prepared is always going to be a great thing. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to leave it right here. I do want to quickly apologize for how long it's taken me to get this next video out. I've had a lot of things going on these past couple weeks, very busy. Um, Getting the amount of time that it took for me to actually figure out what I wanted to do with this and the amount of time it took me to get everything installed um, took quite an extensive amount of time, more so than I thought it would. But um, it really just came down to, okay, what did I want to put in this room? What did I want to put in this segment? And so on and so forth. But guys, please, if you like the video, please leave a like. I really hope you guys enjoy the ship as much as I do. I can't wait to catch you in the next video, guys. Take care out there. Stay safe. I hope you guys doing well. Peace.